Look, I'm going to level with you. Marc Boucher has sat in the past few weeks. Really popular co-host, gets a lot of great comments. But tonight's Halloween, and Marc is from New England. I don't want to hear about leaf-strewn streets, early sunsets, old town cemeteries, getting a bag full of 20s and lobster bites at Stephen King's house. I don't know what they eat up there. We're going to talk about possums and Bibles and 80-degree Halloween nights or 30-degree rainy Halloween nights. You never know on the prairie. And we're going to do that with Kenneth and Garth from Fried Okla. We'll do it right now. Welcome in, boys.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
Thanks for having us
Matt's
back.
glad to have you back. This is Kenneth and Garth. I had them on the podcast about the Oklahoma State Fair. I didn't tell you guys this. That was either the fourth or fifth most downloaded podcast of the whole series.
Nice. Very good.
Nice.
That
we can
thing
contribute.
that thing got sent all over creation. Canadians commented, a bunch of people in Ohio. I guess it's the same carnival because they had clear memories of Bobo in Columbus.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Ohio's like this weird parallel with Oklahoma. Like it's almost the same place, except they have like elks and a football team. Ohio's got a football team, right?
Ohio
is like a giant El Reno.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Well, they legitimately are part of Appalachia, and then the other side of the state is like Midwest. It's a weird mix. I'm the oldest one here. Kenneth, you're like in the 8th grade, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just turned 14. So
right.
It's the third year of 8th grade, but we're hopeful.
I'm a freshman in college.
Right. Yes. This didn't start out right. All right. So we're talking about trick-or-treating as a kid. I want to tell about trick-or-treating in the metro in Oklahoma City. The latchkey kids, you guys grew up, sounds like pretty similar to me. Do you remember vividly trick-or-treating?
Yeah, I do.
What'd you guys hit?
So,
rich neighborhoods.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and like my contrast of rich neighborhood was a lot different. So like I would go to like Midwest City, and that's where the candy was, So like,
oh, bro.
But that was younger. And whenever I moved out to Prague, it was a little different. A good community. They had a community center where they would have, people set up booths and things there. So
let me tell you what it is like for me. Do you remember seeing at least online the pictures of the plastic masks with the rubber band that broke about halfway through, and we wore like plastic shirts and pants like wrestlers work out in? Yeah, Snoopy or just whatever. I had those for years. I played football since the 2nd grade, so one year I just wore my Little League uniform and called it good.
That's a universal experience. If you played Little League football, you were going as a football player for Halloween at one point.
Yeah, well, I was...
and baseball. And baseball.
True. Yeah, that's true.
I grew up through... we went through a couple recessions, so, I had to recycle those things.
Yeah, one year you had to go as the food pantry kid.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Food pantry kid. That's awesome.
Right, that's uncalled for.
It's a box of powdered milk.
It was amazing.
So a couple things to keep in mind. It was kind of messed up in the 80s when we would go. I remember Channel 9 had a newscast a couple of nights before Halloween, and they said you could take your candy to Mercy Hospital and they would x-ray it to make sure that all the needles and razors and all of that crap, they would get rid of those.
Yep.
There is never
happened.
Never an instance in the entire country where that happened. It was started, I read about it today.
No.
1974, some dude named Ronald O'Brien. It's called the Pixie Stick.
Ronald.
Yeah, of course. It's the Pixie Stick murder. He started this all. This stick is the reason we can't have nice things. He poisoned a pixie stick and gave it to his kid for the insurance money.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he put some in like a neighbor's bag and his daughter, and they didn't ingest it. But so it would seem plausible that some neighborhood jerk was poisoning the kids. And so I don't know how long it took them to figure it out. Maybe he was calling his insurance company while the cops were there or something. Like he was real obvious with it. But anyway, he's the reason. And I remember, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it was Mercy Hospital or Baptist. It was one of the big ones. Probably not Deaconess. They're the kind of guys that would have put drugs and candy over there.
Taking your foreskin or something.
It doesn't make sense to me because, first of all, you're going to get caught. And who's going to waste their acid strips on some jackass neighborhood kid? I guess it's expensive.
Yeah. The needles and the drugs thing was always crazy to me. I was like, as I got older, I'm like, drugs are expensive. I don't think they're giving these to children.
Yeah, like Dare convinced me that I was going to get free drugs at some point, but I paid for all.
Yeah.
I paid for 100% of my drugs.
You know, disappointing.
Which nobody got me.
It's disappointing, Garth, because you took an oath at Dare, okay, and you broke that oath.
I didn't. I did not take that. Dare.
I took the oath. I took the oath,
But Scott's correct. Like, people were killing their own kids, and it turned into a nationwide panic of razor blades and apples and needles and Snickers, and none of it was factual.
Well, here's another thing. You had parents that were like going through the bags. Like my mom would. She would check if there's anything opened, anything with a pinhole or anything, would to throw it out. And it's like now parents are like sucking down edibles while they're going through the kid's bag, making sure there's no GMO or nut allergies or gluten. Like it's full circle.
Yeah. We used to
thought your mom was taking those Twix. You thought your mom was looking through the can, but she's like stealing your Twix. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, I get it.
We used to be a country of strong children, but now
they can take their opiates.
Yeah, kids who could eat straight fentanyl and ketamine, and
so do you?
Now
it thins out the herd.
No gluten. Yeah,
that's the trick. Do you remember your best haul, like or your best costumes?
So I was like kind of limited. Like I was the guy from Scream several times.
Wow.
Of course, football, baseball player.
Cheap and easy. That's what they did.
Football or baseball player.
Yeah,
you are in the 8th grade.
Yeah, I think Scream was like my go-to back in the day. Like, yeah,
I was President Martin Van Buren one year.
Martin Van.
Yeah, I'm old. I was. Okay.
I do remember
he's old.
I had a costume one year that had like a little Nerf gun like thing on the wrist. Wish I could show you my wrist.
Oh, cool.
On my wrist.
Yeah.
And it had a like air pump that you squeeze. It would go up under your armpit and you could put this thing out and squeeze it and it would shoot a Nerf bullet out. I thought I was so cool.
I had one of those when I was a kid.
I got molested that
similar to that. It was like, what was that? That's break. Hey, that's not. Well, I guess it is funny. My neighborhood had an obvious child molester at the end of the street, and he gave full-size candy bars, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
because he was given that full-size candy bar.
Right. It was like Russian roulette. I mean, you're walking up the driveway with your backpack and your mom's canister vacuum hose coming out, thinking, "Man, I hope he doesn't like Ghostbusters, like love Ghostbusters." Because...
Or you might get your backpack.
Right. That's the joke. So you get it. Like the next day is, hey, Brian Nelson got molested. Like, what? Yeah, he got 6 candy bars for it. That's not fair.
Why are we laughing at this?
Yeah.
Well, back then it was just, there wasn't a registry.
He shouldn't have dressed up as a Goonie. That was the guy's thing. Cyndi Lauper. It was his.
Brian had it coming. Oh, Lord have mercy. So would you?
We're losing our jobs come Monday.
Right. So when you were in the sticks out in Prague, was it different? Like, did you go to houses like that were far apart from each other?
No, they were pretty close.
Or the neighborhoods?
Like, you would just come into town, and there's like the neighborhoods kind of centralized around the park in town. So yeah, we just kind of make our rounds around the park to all the houses and stuff, and then the community center wasn't far, so we'd go there. But the park itself was this like lawless land where like you could get everything stolen off your back. You could get a Roman candle shot at you. And I'm sure much more adult things happened there than I realized as a child. As I got older, I've spent time in the park. But yeah, that was the no man's land. Try to avoid. I may have shot Roman candles at somebody. Yeah.
There was a kid in my neighborhood. They weren't well off, and he always dressed like a slob. He had a pillowcase one year, and he looked like Santa Claus at the end of the night. That dude got so much freaking candy. Like, I don't know if I feel sorry for him, but dude, I think he's a diabetic now because
type 1 for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was going nuts. Well, it's Halloween, so here I am holding my bag open, asking for something. If you enjoyed the podcast, pass it along to anybody that you think would enjoy reliving some of the best times in this country. I hear from former Latchkey kids all the time. And hey, hit up where you listen to the podcast and give us a review. That helps that algorithm thing find more people and build the show. Here I am in my 50s, ringing your doorbell and asking for something still. Real full circle stuff, huh? All right, back to it.
So, my neighborhood, they don't really pass out candy, but yeah, I take my daughter to other neighborhoods and seems to be pretty chill. Yeah, I mean the towns seem to put on a lot more than they did whenever I was a kid. So,
well, man, we had a common area like you were talking about out in Prague, where it was like a Persian bazaar where all the kids are opening their bags and like doing trades, or like
yeah,
the
lemon heads over
Twigs
there?
were big. Yeah.
You're scratching their necks. You guys got any lemon heads in there?
Yeah. Dude, I was a lemon head fiend. But the Twix, and there was a hierarchy. Yeah, there was a hierarchy of candy. Like the Snickers and Twix were, and then you can get like 2 handfuls of
Twix is where it's at.
a decent sized Twix.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there's a currency, and it seems like every kid knows the street value of their candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
My favorite memory is I was around 10 years old, and my dad took me trick-or-treating to a different neighborhood. My neighborhood was fine, but we just went to where I played Little League football. All the kids in that neighborhood were on my team, and so we went there, and it was a Friday night, and we drove over to the high school and parked our truck up at the top of the hill, sat up on the camper, and he and I just like fist deep in that bucket and ate candy and watched football. It was one of the best nights of my life.
Nice.
And I just told that story to Kenneth, who told everybody the story about how his single mom had to lie to get him into the fair for free. So
yeah,
that's got to be tough to hear. Oh, I should have.
Yeah.
I should have said at the end, Dad, scruffed my hair, gave me a hug, said, "Son, I'll never leave."
I don't know if you guys ever got to experience Fright Fest at Frontier City. I loved. Once I got old enough to drive, I always loved going out there and making fun of the people. Like I would tell the clowns that they missed the ICP concert or something like that, and they'd get pissed off. The density of single moms and homeless people kind of astounds me for that far out of the beaten path.
Yeah, I never went. I went to the one in Bricktown that the cat did several years in a row in high school. That was the best.
When we were kids, this was brand new. It was brand new, and it was like the first time I'd ever seen like a legit haunted house.
I went with a church group. I went with my church youth group.
What?
There was this kid. He was just a little bitty dude, and he was in front of me. And there was this dude kicked in a door with a chainsaw. He was like chasing us around this little room, and I don't remember his name. I grabbed this kid and threw him at him. I was a big kid, and I just hauled it out of there. And I thought, I wonder if he got chopped up or sawed. I don't know, but I know that I didn't. And so he comes on, "What are you doing?" Like, survival of the fittest, man. I didn't pay $13 to die.
But when the cat haunted house first opened, there's the Bricktown Haunted Warehouse. That's what they called it.
Right.
I know it was so scary. The scariest part about that is I'm walking through with my group, and there's this chick in this white robe that's glowing. There's a black light in there. It looks like she's floating. And like her robe goes all the way down to the ground. I don't think she's like a tiny steps or something, but it looks like she's hovering.
Yeah.
And she leans in and she says something about a girl I was dating.
Yo.
And I like my heart jumped. Like,
how does she
what?
know?
and she leaned in. She said, "It's Gina."
Oh,
she was in my math class. And it's like, oh God,
you were like,
you
"This is a premonition? What's happening here?" Like,
oh my God, no! She mentioned because I wasn't even really dating her. I took her to a concert at the Zoo Amphitheater, and we had a class together, and we never dated. But she knew her name, and she just thought of something that freaked me out. And I swear to you, I felt that in the soles of my feet, like holy Lord. But yeah, she gave me some crap about it the next day at school, but oh, Lord, that was scary.
Dude, the most terrifying haunted house thing I've ever seen in my life was the Yukon Community Center at the Yukon City Park, right? And they had a little haunted house for kids, like little kids. And I walked through there, and it's fine. They're doing a very good job, little jump scares. But then you go into a room, and it looks like a hospital mortuary type situation with and the only lighting is like a strobe light. So you know what a strobe light looks like. And there's like a person dismembering like a baby doll with a saw. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. I'm a grown man. I've got my 8 and 9-year-old sons in here. I'm mortified today.
That sounded a lot amazing. Like just May of '99 growing up on Shields. That's like, that was just the neighborhood, You see a dog or a child getting dismembered. That was just another day.
Yeah.
Look, this is a national show. I get notes lately from Ireland, all over up north, a lot of Canada, a lot of East Coast. Everyone understand that if you grew up on Shields in Oklahoma City, you're a certain kind of fella. And
you could
you've seen some stuff.
I don't want to compare it to anything, because there's definitely worse places. But
I would like to hear you try.
Nowhere that anyone would know, I guess. But Shields was a rough spot.
Yeah. So anyway, just for comparison's sake, wherever you're listening, think of where the Mexican pay here car lots end, and the chain restaurants won't go. It's all like mom and pop places.
You perfectly described it. That's it. There's a railroad track. Yeah. There's an oil well right over there. There is a vehicle pull apart, like a chop shop style place. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pawn shop.
I was there.
That was right.
A pawn shop. Okay. There's my turn. There's abandoned strip malls with grass in the parking lot. Garth?
There is.
Hold on. What?
We're going to describe Shields.
Shields?
Of course there is. Boy, White Claw needs to sponsor this episode. Hey, look who's here.
Hey, Scott.
I wasn't bad mouthing you at the beginning of this. I promise. We're just local guys here. Yeah, of course. You don't listen to these, do you?
Listen to what? No.
There you go. We're discussing the days of trick or treating, and I wanted it from an Okie perspective because that's the only thing I knew. But since you're here, uninvited, am I far off thinking that it was just much different up in Connecticut, or I don't know where you guys lived?
Connecticut and then Vermont and New Hampshire. I think the biggest thing for me was you
did the whole Federalist tour.
Yes, I did. Yeah, Concord, New Hampshire. The shot hurled around the world. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, Halloween in Connecticut, in New England, it was cold already. I mean, that time of year, it gets down into the 30s and 40s at night, every night. And so Halloween was going to be cold. And we would go out and we would make these extravagant costumes, and we were so proud of them. But it was cold out, so our parents made us wear jackets on top of our costumes, which was, no, we were not having that. This is the one day a year that we get to go out and be a ghost or be Frankenstein or be, Bill Murray from Ghostbusters or whatever we were going to be. And if we were wearing a coat, we were just a kid wearing a coat. What kind of costume is that? So
right.
we would brave the hypothermic temperatures and go out there in our, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Kmart costumes and get hypothermic. But we got a million Reese's peanut butter cups, so it was worth it.
Oh, it's totally worth it. The guys I have on tonight they're a little younger than us. And so they don't remember the plastic masks with the rubber band.
Oh, that cheap rubber band that would snap halfway through the evening?
Yeah, and the plastic shirt that had, like, the name of the TV show on it.
Yeah.
It's just okay.
And it had those eye holes where your eyelashes would hit the edge of the hole every time you blinked.
See, and you got your lips cut on that tiny hole they gave you. It was just the worst.
It's terrible.
So let me ask you a question. So the central part of the country and up there in New England, what did your candy bag look like? Was it real different than ours? We just had regular candy.
No, it's just regular stuff. It was Reese's peanut butter cups and Skittles and, M&Ms and, those small bite-sized Hershey bars, all the normal stuff.
Man, I need a guy from San Diego or Seattle somewhere. I need both coasts represented here, and then a guy in the breadbasket here. I bet if we compared notes, it's probably the same contents.
But there was always that one house that handed out, broccoli or something stupid.
Well, there was always the house here in the Bible Belt that handed out like a Bible tract.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Are you trying to get egged?
You're right.
I'm a good Christian. I see you in Sunday school, but I'm going to let the air out of your tires.
Yeah. No, if you're a good Christian, if you're a decent Christian on Halloween, you have to hand out just the Old Testament.
On a scroll.
On a scroll.
Oh, good Lord. All right. What are the costumes now? What do kids dress like now? I don't know.
We haven't lived in a house in the last decade where kids actually came to our house. So,
if we wanted to come into your house anyway.
No, they had a rude awakening. Yeah.
So now what are they all just like K-pop kids and
K-pop?
I don't know what they dress like.
I don't know. I don't know what the costumes are anymore. But my favorite thing, the last house that we lived in where we actually had kids that would come, I would dress up as a Halloween decoration. So I would actually sit on a chair on the front porch and I would dress purposely to look like a store-bought decoration. Okay? So like a skeleton with a mask or anything. And I would sit there perfectly still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfectly still. And then we'd get a drove of kids. And then all of a sudden I would stand up and scream at the top of my freaking lungs and chase them down the road.
I had a friend who had, and I know this is a terrible backstory. He was in an awful fiery car wreck and he lost his arm. And he had an arm that could move by it. So the hand would grasp things and he could control it. And so he would just take his arm off and put it in a bag, put it in a big bowl of candy, put it in a big bowl of candy on the porch. And he'd control it from inside the house. And the parents would dig through the candy for the kids. And somebody put a fake hand here. And then he would grab them, grab the candy.
Oh my God.
And they would freak out. So that's kind of, you're selling out for a holiday when you have an arm cut off. I guess you didn't have to have the arm cut off to get one of those arms.
No. I mean, that's a big price to pay.
Well, you sell out,
I mean,
all right.
There are some things on this earth that I would give an arm for, but a Nutty Buddy is not one of them.
Have you had a Nutty Buddy? They're pretty good.
Of course. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, but I guess we can go down to CVS and buy some.
You could just go down there and get some. You don't need to lose an arm.
Right. That's a good point. So do you remember a particularly great Halloween memory that you had? I asked the guys earlier and we got varied answers.
When we lived in Hartford, I forgot what I did. I was some sort of I committed some sort of malfeasance and I was banned from Halloween. My dad told me I could not go out trick-or-treating. So I was like, look, Dad, how about this? Hear me out. How about you let me go out trick-or-treating and I'll be grounded for a week? And he was like, all right. Yeah.
You just stayed in your bedroom for a week and just double-fisted sugar crisp cups into your mouth. Marcus, look, this thing is falling apart. I don't know if people are already hitting the candy. I don't know what's going on. Appreciate you swooping in here and at least I don't know what you did, but we got it, man. We did it.
Scott, it was a pleasure. I'm glad I was able to pop in here for a quick second. I miss Halloween. I do. I miss handing out the candy. It's fun. It's a great holiday. And if it's observed the way it's supposed to be, and the fun that you're supposed to have with it, I think it's the best of the holidays.
Oh wow, it's one of my least favorite, but I do love a Twix bar.
Yeah. Oh, a Twix bar.
Can we all just agree?
Something I was talking to somebody about earlier today. Reese's peanut butter cups, I think, are my favorite candy. If I had to pick a candy, that is my favorite. They are so good. But the Reese's peanut butter eggs that come around Easter time, they're almost the same thing, but it's like a different formula. It's a creamier peanut butter middle.
Yeah.
In the egg than it is in the peanut butter cup.
A little different too, and it probably is. All those snack companies, they're part scientists anyway. They were in there like the consistency is going to be better. It'll hold up better if it has this kind of amalgamated diesel fuel in it or whatever.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I don't care.
Yeah.
Marc, I'm always happy to call down to the bullpen in Florida and bring in the big right-hander from New England to come save the day. I appreciate it, bud.
My pleasure, Scott.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
A pumpkin will appear, and I'll be waiting.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a zero?
No.
It looks like a 1970s dog turd. They're white.
Oh.
Speaking of, why do they used to be white?
I don't know.
Dog crap.
Well, fungus. Sometimes there's a poop, lays on the ground for a long time, and then fungus grows on it, and it turns
white.
Why
not now? When we were kids, it was always white.
Fungus.
What? So that fungus is gone?